Hello and welcome to the first lesson with maths. So today I'm going to teach you substitution. The substitution is a part of mathematics. Exactly. I'm going to teach you maths. And so this is the first lesson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So first of all, let's talk about the substitution. Substitution is a very useful technique for solving GRE or SAT math problems. It often reduces hard problems to routine ones. In the substitution method, we choose numbers that have the properties given in the problem and plug them into the answer choices. Let's tell you something, it's very easy. It means we must choose some numbers and put them in the different choices to find the real answer. And in this way, we are going to delete different options. So it is a very easy part. But before that, let's watch a really short movie about the definition of the numbers, and then I will come back to the to teach you the next part. Please watch this short movie.
And this is it. This is our map. Honestly, don't think of this as some boring math chart. Think of it more like a family tree for numbers. It shows how all these different kinds of numbers are related, and it's going to be our guide through this whole thing. So this map lays out the entire universe of what we call real numbers. And you can see everything's split into two big families. You've got your rational numbers, those are the ones you can write as a simple fraction, and then the irrationals, like pi, which go on forever and can't be written that way. But the real key to our puzzle, it's buried deep inside this map. So let's zoom in a little closer. Okay, right at the very heart of it all, we've got the natural numbers. These are the very first numbers you ever learned, the ones you count on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on and on. Super simple, totally straightforward. This is the bedrock of everything else. Now the next circle moving outwards, that's the whole numbers. It's basically all the natural numbers we just talked about, but with one really important new member, 0. It seems like such a small change, right? But believe me, adding the concept of nothing was a huge, massive leap forward for math.
And that brings us to the absolute heroes of our story today, the integers. So what are they? Well, integers include all those whole numbers we just saw, and their negative opposites. So just picture a number line stretching out forever in both directions. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. The key thing to remember is no fractions, no decimals, just clean whole steps. This is the key we've been looking for.
So welcome back to the lesson. Right now, let's tell you something. As you see here, we have different types of the numbers, different groups. As you see, natural numbers, and they start from 1 and 2, 3, 4, and whole numbers, as you see again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, integers, as you see, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, rational numbers, 3.5, or 6 sevens, or minus 5 eighths. Irrational numbers are, you see, pi, √2, and the other numbers that are related to this part. And real numbers, and we have other parts, it is complex numbers that I'm going to teach you this and how to use them to solve the equations. But today, let's talk about the integers. And here we have two different problems, and we are going to solve them. The first part is this. As you see, if n is an even integer, it means maybe 2, 4, 6, and the other, based on this part that we talked about, these integers, as you see here. Okay, but the even one. Okay, which one of the following is an odd integer? Odd integer, it can be, for example, -1, maybe 1, 3, and the others. Okay, so, but let's put the right, let's choose a number, the even integer, and let's try to talk about it. So we consider if n, it's better to say, if n equals 2, let's go and solve the the equations or maybe the choices. A, as you see, this is n times 2. So if I put n as 2 means 2 times 2, it is 4. So it is integer, but this is not odd, so it is not the answer. Let's look at B. Again, if n equals 2, 2 plus 1 divided by 2, 3 second. This is not integer at all. Nothing, it is not the right answer. C, as you see, minus 2 multiplied by 2 and minus 4 equals minus 8. So it is an integer. This is negative, it doesn't matter, but this is not odd. This is even. So it is not the answer again. So let's look at D. D is 2. And sorry, I have to correct it. 2 times 2 minus 3, it is 2 multiplied by 4 minus 3 equals 8 minus 3, it's 5. So as you see, this is an integer and this is odd. So it can be the answer, but let's check E2. What is the E? Is the root. 2 times 2 plus 2. It is the, okay, equals 4 plus 2 is the root 6. Absolutely, it is not an integer. So the final answer and the right answer is D. This is an integer. So let's take a look at the another example. So if n is an integer, okay, which of the following can't be an integer? So you know that, again, integers, as you see here, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and the others. So let's, first of all, we can consider, or if to say, if n equals 0. So let's check this. For the A, as you see, it is 0 minus 2, okay, and the 2, it is minus 1, so it is an integer. So, but we are looking for not an integer, so it can't be an answer. Look at B. For the B is a root 0, it is 0, it is an integer, nothing. About C, I write it here, sorry. For the C, again 2, it is 0 plus 1, it is 2, 1, it is 2, so it is an integer, it is not an answer. So look at D. For D, again, root 0 times 2 plus 3, it is root 3. Okay, yes, it can be the answer. So it is 0, and this is root 3. And E, as you see here, it is the root 1, 0 times 2 plus 2. It is 0 again, nothing. It is. So right now we have two answers. It can be D or E. So because of this, let's change, our consideration. And I put another number. For this part, I selected n equals 0. Right now, if n equals 1, what happens? So let's check. We know that E, A, B, C, they are not the answers. It is very clear. But right now, let's talk about only D and E. I'll write the these parts here. As you see, this is the root n 2 plus 3 and E n 2 plus 3, and it is the root 1 divided by, yes, n times 2 plus 2. If n is 1. If n is 1 equals 1, as you see, it is 1 plus 3. It is 1 again. So this is 4. This is 2. So 2 is an integer, it is not the answer. So n is 1. Again, I consider this 1. Again, 1 times 2 plus 2, it is 1. It is 1/3. So as you see, the final answer is E. E is not an integer. So as you see here, it is very clear that substitution solve our problems if you know what we are going to talk about, and for example, which types of numbers we have to choose. Thank you so much for watching my lessons today, and I hope to see you next session. Best wishes and good luck.